Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna 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 Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada. Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shiva Sari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Gauranga, Gaurachandra, Gauranga, Gaurachandra. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Where is everybody? Get a few people up here. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, You should don't get so used to being alone. Be with the devotees, man. Get up here, show that we've got something going here, man. Don't be so narcissistic. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Whoever can do it, whoever can. Get up here, man. Socialize. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna. There you go. We got one taker. There we go. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. You can put your microphone on. You can hear you chant. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. No problem, Francis. Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare. Get up here, Adramada. Your turn. It's time for you to get up. Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare. Stretch yourself a little bit. Don't worry about how you look. Yeah, that's for karmis out there trying to look good all the time. Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hari, Hari.
Krishna.
Anybody dedicated to what we're doing is looking good. Krishna, Krishna, Hari, 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 Rama, Hari, Rama.
Hare Krishna,
Rama, Rama, Hari, 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 Krishna, Hari, Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Hari, 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 Rama,
Hare
Hari,
Ram, Hare
Rama.
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Rama, Hari, Hari, Hari,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hari,
Hare
Krishna,
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 Krishna.
Hari, Hari.
Hare
Hari
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hari
Ram, Ram
Rama,
Ram, Hare.
Rama, Rama, Hari, Hari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari, Hari.
Hare
Hari
Krishna, Hare
Rama, Hari
Krishna,
Rama, Rama, Rama,
Hare
Hari,
Ram,
Hari.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Hari, Hari.
Krishna, Hare
Hari
Krishna, Krishna,
Rama, Hari Rama. Rama, Rama, Hari,
Hare
Hari, Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hari, Hari, Hari Rama, Hari
Hare
Rama.
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama, Hari, Hari, Hari Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hari, Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama.
Hare
Rama, Rama,
Krishna,
Hari,
Hare
Hari, Hari
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Hare. Oh
Krishna,
my God.
Krishna, Hari, Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama. Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hari, Hari.
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Keep
Hare
everything
Hare.
going. I got to do something for a minute.
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna, Hari,
Ram,
Hari,
Ram
Hari
Ram.
Rama, Hari Rama. Rama, Rama,
Hare
Hari, Hari,
Krishna,
Hari.
Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Oh, Guru Vaishnava Bhagavan. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Guru Sadhu Shastra. Jai Shri Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare.
Krishna, Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Hare.
Krishna.
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna,
Oh,
Krishna.
Krishna.
Krishna,
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 Krishna, Krishna.
Krishna.
Krishna,
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 Krishna.
Radha, 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 Radha,
Radha,
Radha,
Radha,
Radha,
Radha,
Radha,
Radha,
Radha,
Radha,
Radha,
Nityananda,
Krishna,
Shri Krishna Chaitanya.
Krishna, Krishna,
Hari, 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 Hari.
Radha, Radha, Radha,
Radha
Krishna,
Krishna, Radha Krishna,
Krishna,
Radha Krishna
Krishna,
Chaitanya.
Krishna, Radhe, 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 Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna.
Radhe,
Hari Ram, Ram,
Radhe,
Ram, Hare.
Radhe,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare
Radha,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Radha
Radha, Krishna,
Krishna, Radha
Radha,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Radha
Radha,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Radha
Radhe,
Krishna.
Jaya Jaya Radhe Krishna Radha Krishna Radha Krishna Radha
Radha
Krishna
Krishna,
Radha
Radha
Krishna
Krishna,
Radha
Radha
Krishna Radha
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Radha Krishna
Radha
Radha Krishna Radha Krishna
Krishna,
Radha
Radha
Krishna
Krishna, Radha Krishna,
Radha Krishna,
Krishna,
Radha
Radha
Krishna,
Krishna,
Radha
Radha
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Radha
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna,
Radhe Radhe Krishna, Krishna
Krishna.
Radha Radha Radha
Oh, Chaitanya
Krishna
Manjari.
Krishna Radha
Hare Krishna, Hare
Radha
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Radha
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Radha Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Radha
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Radha
Krishna
Krishna, Radha
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna,
Shri Krishna
Shri
Chaitanya,
Krishna,
Shri
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya,
Chaitanya,
Shri
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya,
Chaitanya,
Shri
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya,
Chaitanya,
Krishna, Krishna,
Chaitanya,
Krishna,
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 Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Radha,
Krishna,
Radha,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Radhe,
Hare Krishna,
Radhe, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Radha Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo
Om
Bhagavate
Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya,
Om Namo
Om Namo
Bhagavate
Bhagavate,
Vasudevaya. Om
Om
Namo
Namo
Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 9, Brahma's Prayers for the Creative Energy, continuing on from yesterday. The form which I see is eternally freed from material contamination and has advented to show mercy to the devotees as a manifestation of the internal potency. The form which I see is eternally freed from material contamination and has advented to show mercy to the devotees as a manifestation of the internal potency. This incarnation is the origin of many other incarnations, and I am born from the lotus flower grown from your navel. Oh, did I do it right? Oh, here we go. Okay. All right, that'll work. O my Lord, I do not see a form superior to your present form of eternal bliss and knowledge. In your impersonal Brahman effulgence in the spiritual sky, there is no occasional change and no deterioration of the internal potency. In your impersonal Brahman effulgence in the spiritual sky, there is no occasional change and no deterioration of the internal potency. I surrender unto you because whereas I am proud of my material body and senses, your lordship is the cause of the cosmic manifestation, and yet you are untouched by matter. This present form, or any transcendental form expanded by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, is equally auspicious for all the universe. This present form, or any transcendental form expanded by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, is equally auspicious for all the universes. Since you have manifested this eternal personal form upon whom your devotees meditate, I therefore offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Those who are destined to be dispatched to the path of hell neglect your personal form because of speculating on material topics. Yeah, this is so good. So many. I wish some reason I don't have the power to talk about it yet. So you read it, you start reading there, Tom.
Can I say something about my thoughts?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I was listening. You mentioned the Brahman effulgence, and my thoughts were going to. So there is not that essential original living force in the Brahman effulgence. There is a
Well,
there is a
it's God's energy. I mean, it's a living force of energy, but that's the impersonal feature. It's like a radiance of the Lord. It's like
yeah.
like we have an aura. You know, the aura is an energy field, right? It's not the deeper, personality of sorts. It's an energy, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
So
it's
there are
not
deeper.
connected to the deeper source,
Yeah,
to
it's
the
connected.
original.
It's connected, but it's just a certain realization about it. It's partial,
Ah, yeah.
see, partial understanding. So we got to go deeper, and then you get a full understanding that it
Okay,
comes
thank
from
you.
a person. Just like it got like our aura comes from a person, like that. Yeah, and when you're only in that aura of God, that radiance, you don't see or perceive the transcendental qualities of the Lord. They're more homogeneous energy. It's just energy, kind of combine energy all together. There's no variegatedness much in that. You don't see that the Lord has these transcendental virtues and qualities. See, but you can't experience those or understand those without going past speculating. See, like even Brahma says, they neglect your personal form. So devotees, to transcend speculation, you got to be into the form as it is, and not just mental speculate, and then it just put you in another realm. Okay, okay, go ahead, continue.
In your impersonal Brahman effulgence in the spiritual sky, there is no occasional change and no deterioration of internal potency. I surrender unto you because, whereas I am proud of my material body and senses, your lordship is the cause of the cosmic manifestation, and yet you are untouched by matter. This present form, or any transcendental form expanded by the Supreme Personality of Godhead Sri Krishna, is equally auspicious for all the universes. Since you have manifested this eternal personal form upon whom your devotees meditate, I therefore offer my respectful obeisances to you and to you. Those who are destined to be dispatched to the path of hell neglect your personal form because of speculating on material topics. O my lord, persons who smell the aroma of your lotus feet, carried by the air of Vedic sound through the holes of the ears, accept your devotional service. For them, you are never separated from the lotus of their hearts. For them, you are never separated from the lotus of their hearts. For them, you are never separated from the lotus of their hearts. O my Lord, the people of the world are embarrassed. Yes, the people of the world are embarrassed by all material anxieties. They are always afraid. They always try to protect wealth, body, and friends. They are filled with lamentation and unlawful desires and paraphernalia. And they aviduriously base their undertakings on the perishable conceptions of I and mine.
Isn't that
As
beautiful,
long,
those verses? Read that
yeah,
verse
who
again.
always it's so to the point, so actual, actual, relevant, functional.
Yeah.
For them, you are never separated from the lotus of their hearts. O my Lord, the people of the world are embarrassed by all material anxieties. They are always afraid. They always try to protect wealth, body, and friends. They are filled with lamentation and unlawful desires and paraphernalia. Paraphernalia.
Yeah, and actually read the previous verse too, first.
5. O my Lord, persons, O my Lord, persons who smell the aroma of your lotus feet, carried by the air of Vedic sound through the holes of the ears, accept your devotional service. For them, you are never separated from the lotus of their hearts.
Yeah, you see, that's devotional service. This is this Vaishnava lineage. If you find a person that's actually like that, that actually has done that, they're just connected. See, otherwise, the people of the world, they don't know how to connect with the qualities of the Lord, the transcendental qualities of the Lord, beyond speculation. So everybody's speculating on what God is and who God is. Even people in religion, they don't know clearly who God is. They're speculating. See, and they don't get full mercy of that protection, and therefore they're in anxieties, like Brahma says, in fears and anxieties and everything. They can't get respite from that. They're just absorbed in that. But this is the wonderful path. If you listen in the Vedic sounds, the sound vibration of the qualities of the absolute truth as they are from a devotee who loves those qualities. Loving those qualities is loving God. And that is the simple path. That's what you learn here is, and then you got boldness, you got purification, you got happiness, you got no more anxieties, full freedom, sovereignty. Everything is in the qualities of the Lord because that's where the life is. That's where the light is. That's where the truth is. We're all looking, truth is in this knowledge, not in speculations, not in trying to philosophize your way into happiness in the kingdom of God or wherever you're going. It's just everybody's wandering and wandering in all these speculations. They have nothing. There's, it's like you're in this ocean and you're looking to hold on to something. You're looking for, where's the life raft? How do I get out of this ocean? Nobody knows. They're grabbing onto this thing, and it's all part of, it's all part of the, like, weights bringing people down. There's nothing that keeps you afloat in this world except the glories of the Lord. See this path is like a life raft thrown in the ocean of Maya. Whoever grabs onto it. See, now you're afloat in this ocean. You're on top of the water instead of under the water, drowning and trying to gasp for air. Everybody's anxiety, fear. They're going around like that. And even though you may not see it externally, inside, that's why you ever hear people, boy, this person, like Mayavadi's student, she probably isn't oblivious. Inside, people are like going crazy a lot of times, and you don't know it. You don't know, wow, this person just committed suicide. Wow, it was such a surprise. You know how many times I hear that? One minister was, very kind of charismatic minister, and his son just committed suicide. I just couldn't believe it. How could this be? How come we didn't know? You don't know what's going on in people. But if they don't have the absolute truth, more or less, they're not satisfied or happy. And it's a lot more nowadays. People are hiding. They put on a face, they're putting on a face, a false face. But inside, they're not happy. They're in anxieties and fears, and they try to cover it up. Cover it up with makeup, cover it up with a false smile, like this. Okay? But this path, this is the path authorized by the great soul. Look at Lord Brahma. He's the creator of the universe. And people say, well, how do you know that? How do you know that? Well, hey, man, when I meditate on these qualities, I feel happiness, real happiness. I feel power, spiritual power. I feel being solid. I feel confident. I feel bold. I experience true happiness that lasts. I can always come back to this for like strength. Come back to chanting the name, and I feel the transcendental rapture that saints feel. And who am I? Just go Haridas, this guy, and there's nobody. See? The Lord makes people somebodies. Look at this. Get titles, all these things from your disciples. You begin to know, wow, you found the goal. You found the prize. You got the treasure. I also want that. Yeah, come on, everybody. Gurus, followers, Christians, anybody. Man, you have anxiety? You got fear still? Are you a little honest about it that you haven't really got it yet? Well, come here. We got it. People are getting it. They may not fully have it here, but they're getting it. And they're inspired to stick around because they want it. Yeah, who wouldn't want, this eternal relationship with somebody who will never dies. Therefore, you become deathless also. And your body may die, but that's not you. You know it now. You come here, you're going to know you're not. The Vaishnavas are still trying to figure out they're not their body. That's why they keep giving the classes. They can't move on from that. Devotees easily know. Become a devotee. See, devotee means devotion, like Lalita was saying this morning. Devotee means devotion. People are usually trying to be, they're aspiring to be a devotee. Devotee means naturalness, natural love for God. When you chant the Lord's name, you blossom with happiness because you're a devotee. Hey, that's where you need to go to an experienced person of devotion. Oh, there you go. Hi, River. Welcome. Yeah, you need an experienced person that has devotion, and then you can learn this great secret science of devotion. What did Tesla say? If you want to learn the secrets, I like that saying of Tesla. If you want to learn the secrets of the universe, think in terms of frequency and vibration. Hey man, there ain't no higher vibration than devotion. It is so high, 99.9% of the population of the world, much less the universe, doesn't even know it's so high, that vibration. Because that vibration is outside of this universe. It's in the spiritual dimension, outside of even the demigods' purview, unless they are devotees. Devotee means devotion in this world. I mean, real devotee. Not wannabe devotee, not a vaidhi, I'm trying to attain Krishna by doing my 1 lakh. No, devotee means they open their mouth, Krishna appears. Why? Because devotion appears. Krishna appears wherever devotion is. No devotion, no real appearance. Krishna's there, right? It's an illusion. Krishna's everywhere, but do you see him? Only devotees who have devotion awakened see that Lord. You want to be one of those? Come here. That's what we do, man. That's the greatest treasure, man. That's winning the lottery 1,000 times over. That's better than the billions of dollars. If you get devotion, man, you get a relationship with that unlimited Lord that's immortal, and you become immortalized. People will remember you. We're remembering Prahlad Maharaj, right? Why? Because he's a real devotee. We're remembering Prabhupada. Why? Because he's a real devotee. We're remembering Jesus Christ. Why? Because he's a real devotee with devotion and intimacy with God. But I guarantee you, 99.9% of these gurus, if they stay on the path they are on in Vaishnavism, will not be remembered, because devotion hasn't been really awakened. And how do you know? Go look at Radesh. The place is dying. Even Lalita was saying this morning. Place is like a death. I said the same when I went to Mayapur. I look at Bhaktisiddhanta's disciples, no devotion. Therefore, the place is like a death camp. Dead. Nothing going, you go there and it's a nice park. Superficial. See, no devotee, no devotion. See, somebody's got to carry it on. Like the Bhaktisiddhanta was here, everything was vibrant. When Prabhupada was here, everything was vibrant, even though they were teaching Vaidhi Bhakti, but it's vibrant, vibration, vibrant. Why? Because a devotee is here. They have the vibration, of life. Otherwise, now what we got in religion, it becomes religion, mode of goodness even. Oh, look, he follows the rules and regulations and fastings and everything. And it's dry and lifeless still. There's no life in that. The Pharisees were doing, rules and regulations and fastings and all that, but their heart could not get pure until they attained the platform of devotion. And the only way to do that is the devotee who has the devotion, experience. Personality with devotion, knows what it is and can transmit it. Nobody else can do it. They can transmit you a bunch of rules, regulations, and get you inspired to become a Brahmin, but not a devotee. Devotee is special. Devotion is special. Devotion is the most intimate personal potency of God that he usually hides, except not on my watch. I don't care if Krishna tries to hide his potency. I'm going to exhibit it for the benefit of the world. Otherwise, there's nothing here worthwhile in this whole universe. You get devotion, you get God, man. You get an eternal relationship with the person who created everything and everybody in this world. Therefore, everything else is useless without this kind of relation, really. That's why you have to meet a person that has devotion to know what is really real in this world, what is really worthy to seek and to find in this world. Jesus said, seek and ye shall find. Seek. We need purports on these things. Seek what? Then some minister comes along, yes, seek the rules and regulations and do good works to attain God. Seek that. Seek to do good works. No, seek out a devotee, man, so you can find devotion. Devotee and devotion is synonymous. You know, the super soul in everybody's heart is filled with devotion, but nobody knows it. You need the external manifestation of that devotion in the form of the spiritual master to begin to activate that devotion in you. Isn't that what we do? Isn't that our work here? Isn't that what keeps you coming here for 5 years? This kind of bhakti, this kind of devotion, this kind of inspiration that only comes from bhakti and devotion? How many glorifications can I say about devotion? I have a lot of time, a lot of stuff to make up because nobody's been talking about this subject, and they don't in Vaishnavism practically. Nobody knows its value. To me, devotion and bhakti is everything because it brings every good thing in this world, and that good thing is actually the Lord. You get the golden goose, you get everything, right? He's the golden goose, and only bhakti attracts him. See? And it's such a high thing to attain by austerities and everything. That's why Lord Caitanya threw out the brahmachari. He'll never get it that way. I guess I got to just do an example. I got to do a dramatic act to show the world you can't get me by being a vegetarian or a fruitarian or a vegan. Some people in this town need to learn that. Get out of here, you know. Come on back. You went through a real devotee, and I'll give you devotion now because you gave respect and you served Srivas. You weren't like prancing around like these big sannyasis before my devotee. You know, he wasn't thinking, well, look at me. I'm a brahmachari. I only eat fruit, man. I'm more advanced than this person. Srivas. No, he thought right. He thought, oh, look at Srivas has the mercy of Lord Caitanya because of devotion. I don't have that. I can't get into the kirtan. Why did the intimate associates of Lord Caitanya get into the kirtan? Were they just, did they have some external special privilege? Is it because of bodily relationship? Material bodily relationship? No, because they had real devotion. They were devoted to Lord Caitanya. Why do you guys get entrance here? You think you could come on your own? It's only because you have real bhakti in your heart. If you don't, or if you want something else, the Lord will kick you out. He'll misdirect you. He'll say, oh, I see Krishna's seated in everybody's heart and directing their wanderings. If he's directing your wanderings here, whoa, boy, you're fortunate. If your wanderings here and then you start to be directed elsewhere, there's some insincerity there. Or some fear of getting purified, maybe. Maybe you're afraid to see the truth, man. You don't want the real truth enough yet. See, this was all about, man. If you're not, this is what Lord Caitanya was discussing. This was what his devotees were discussing. Therefore, people who heard those discussions, they found the real path. The real path is devotees who have devotion, and therefore you can get the prize of bhakti. The devotional potency is the most confidential treasure of Krishna, Lord Caitanya, Lord Ram, Jesus Christ. Anybody who really knows what's worthy of knowing knows what I just said, but most people don't know because they haven't heard. Even the acharyas, the recent ones, they mostly propagated rules. They preached the rules, but they knew what we're talking about here. They're just waiting, biding their time. Okay, go Hari. Here's the baton. You go out there and finish the race. Help people find out what is the essence of his teaching, Prabhupada's teachings, what we're saying here. If you don't get this, if you don't hear these teachings, you miss the boat, man. You don't complete what Prabhupada started. And that's okay. That's where you're at. Is, wow, man, I'm just so happy. I made it to Krishna consciousness. Man, I'm in Varnashram Dharma. That is so amazing to me. I can spend my whole life doing that. Oh, rules, regulations, ceremonies. Oh, yeah, that's my life is where. Okay, fine. Good. Work that one out. But if you're like, okay, man, I did this, it was nice, doing some Vaidhi and some regulation. But is there anything more, Lord? That's the ones who'll come here naturally. Why not? Where else are you going to go get this? All those thousands of guru they made in ISKCON, they always have the same message, rules, regulations, Varnashram Dharma. Right? Well, then go there. There's most of the mass of the devotees go there. Go there, get your shots. That's what the gurus are preaching now. Get your shots, man. Where they were. Go ahead, Tom. Continue.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Text 6. Or shall I read the comments from Freddy?
No, just continue on.
Okay. Oh my Lord, the people of the world are embarrassed by all material anxieties. They are always afraid. They always try to protect wealth, body, and friends. They are filled with lamentation and unlawful desires and paraphernalia. And they are avidiously base base their undertakings on the perishable conceptions of my and mine.
Yeah. You see, the perishable undertakings of the body, they don't know. They have a spirit soul, which is natural. In the world of Maya, people don't know these things. You need to connect with a disciplic line. You need somebody who knows they have a spirit body, that knows that that's the permanent body. See, there is a body there. It's spirit body. The material body, and people, they just naturally base all their work and endeavors on the perishable body. Got to make a living, right? Got to make a living, and making a living is all day thing, man. 20, I'm making a living, man. You get home, you're tired, man. Watch TV for a little bit, and then have a beer or something, and then you go to sleep, and then wake up. Time to make a living, man, all day long. Then you get the children and the wife and the husband get really busy. It's all about the perishable body. See, who has time to find out, hey, man, if you do that your whole life, see, this transcendental knowledge you're getting right here. If you do that all life to your perishable body, what is that? You come back again. And you do it again because you're attached to the perishable body. You're attached to ignorance. That's called ignorance if that's all you do. I mean, okay, you got to survive. You got to make a living. That's fine. But what about with the survival? How about the born again experience? How about the awakening of the spiritual body? How important is that? That's the real you. That's who you really are. That's why Shama Sundari is starting to think or get her priorities straight, realizing, wait, man, I ain't going to forget this. This is more real. There's more life in this. And I want to cultivate that. It's just like, could you imagine Shama Sundari saying, well, actually, I'm not going to develop my yoga practice. I'm not going to develop my yoga. I'm not going to practice. I'm just going to where I'm at. That's fine. That's stuff. So can you imagine do that with your spiritual body? That's even more important. I mean, the body's important too, but hey, man, who knows the importance of awakening their spiritual body and working that out? This is the workout for the spiritual body, isn't it, Shama Sundari? Isn't it? Don't you come here for a workout? It's important. People don't know that. See, they don't have the Vedas. They don't have Lord Brahma's teachings. He's created the universe, man. And this is a compilation of knowledge, this disciplic line that I feel so fortunate to have found, man, with this amazing amassment of knowledge of the greatest minds and hearts in the whole universe. That's why Prabhupada loved writing these books, man. He knew how important it was because he was going to give that book to Goharidas. These other guys aren't doing a very good job. If they were, man, they'd be finishing the job of Prabhupada, which is awakening devotion in the hearts and inspiring his devotees to the next platform of devotional service. Raga, Raganuga, Rasa, transcendental mellows, what Lord Caitanya brought to this world and taught in this world. And we're doing that. Go ahead, Tom. Did you want to say something there, Shamasundari?
Yes.
Go for it.
I want to strengthen my muscles. Yes, I want to say that yesterday and today a little bit, but yesterday I thought purification will kill me. It was so awful. I will not go in details, but very awful. I was unable to move, to do anything. I was crying the whole day. I cancel or everything. I didn't sleep 2 days, and yeah, when it's happening, when it's so intense and emotional, then you are wild. You cannot think straight. But when it goes away, everything what you are saying about Jesus, Chaitanya, and that this is food and this spiritual body and so on, I have to come here and listen and put this together and try to understand more, because this is the only answer to this what is happening to me, Because if I would try on my own without you, that I would really go crazy, because it's not making sense what you feel, what you live, how you feel and experience God, and then what you see outside. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So this I want to share.
Well, there's a lot of people like that. They're in the purification stage, but they don't know where it's going, and they end up in the hospital. Yeah, they just don't know, and they run away, or they suppress it, or they take pills. They take drugs. They become alcoholics. There are a lot of sensitive people like that. But the beauty of this that we're doing, you know where you're going, man. And once you're through purification is important. I've been there. I've been immobilized. I couldn't move either. So many things going on. But then for some reason I was usually in a pretty good position where I didn't have to do anything. I just went through it, and then when outside of it, man, they just come right into the more spiritual spirit space, and that's just the stuff coming out. It's just like a pus coming out of us because of contact with this high vibration. This very it's just it's all that stuff spins out, just coming out, and there's more room, for this. So coming here, it's like what do you call it? Centering. Go ahead.
Okay.
What else there? Shamasundar.
Yeah, there are moments when I feel guilty and crazy, because it's like, from the outside to normal people, this is unexplainable what you are going through, so much. It's literally, I think you are right, the purification is amazing and it's very important, but I think only who go through it and who are holding this can understand this, because it's literally like the sheet comes out. Your beliefs are coming out, the identification comes out, your hopes comes out, everything what has to do with material, it comes out, and it's so painful. It was so attached, and there are moments when jump out of my body. It's the only solution which seems to be, yeah. And then you lay down like a frog, on the street, and you just yeah. And we are in material world. There is there is not so much space, to express, to scream, to cry like a bewildered.
Yeah.
I have nothing to say anymore. I go through purification, and I'm trying. I'm doing what Lalita is saying. I try to not block it. I try to trust it, but there are moments, crazy moments, very crazy moments.
Too bad. It'd be nice if you could maybe move somewhere, go where, be with devotees or something, and then do your practice and business where it's easier. Where you don't have to because I know it's like you got a lot of responsibilities. Makes it difficult.
That's
Luckily,
what I was crying. That's why I was crying for yesterday. It's like I have to, get somewhere, but how can I get there when purification is so strong?
Yeah.
Like
Well, you know what you're going to find out. See, your mind is wants to get somewhere. That's one way, but it's the harder way. Better to go through, be practical, but go through the purification. Better a little bit less get somewhere and go through purification, because it'll be easier with the purification. Once it's the purification, is that everything will be more attracted to you. People will be attracted to you, and they'll just that the situations you start to get into flow. It's only that crap, the old way. I got to do it. I got to, fruitive and all that. This is a new way of. It's like the law of attraction, but on a spiritual level. I think you're getting some glimpses of that. And, the Lord will show you that, how he takes care of you, and he'll put the right people there and all that stuff. So the purification is important. And actually, you can see yourself as making progress by doing that spontaneous purification. Just think like that, oh, okay, this is going to get easier now because I'm going purification. I'll just trust that. And, and then kind of balance it. Don't want to give up all your activities, but just realize I'm not, by just sacrificing the purification and then trying to do it on your own is not really going to do it. You're only better to trust what's naturally occurring now in your life, because Krishna is trying to help you get through this level, and so that things can just come more easily, because more bhakti will be there, more room for that presence of God inside. It's just this old stuff that's clogging up the pipes, so the Lord's getting rid of it. This goes for everybody. If you're progressing, you'll start to feel times. River knows. She knows sometimes a lot of stuff coming up, immobilizing sometimes. But it's important. That's why it's happening. Just trust that, okay, Krishna's doing something here, and trust it's going to be good. It's going to be right. It's going to be better than what I can, try to muster up on my own and fight the process. It's just kind of, that's under too. Okay, Lord, whatever. I'll, you're doing this. It's your, I'm your devotee. Yeah. It's like you want to cry. Want to cry?
I go to work. I cannot cry now.
You cannot cry.
I cried so much yesterday. Yesterday I didn't go to work. I canceled my customers, and I was like a frog, in fire, in fire. Wow. And then I was talking to Lalita, and she cooled me down, she really cooled me down.
Wow.
And then I did what she said, and I was laying down in bed the whole night, radio, Krishna radio, Krishna, Krishna. I feel like crazy because I cannot stop anything and I flow with this. And I was just like affirming, like, okay, I trust you. And then was fear, you know, there and fear there. And what's with this? And what's with this? And how you gonna do this? And everything I respond, I trust you, Krishna. I trust you. I trust you. I trust you. You know, I felt myself with trust and I was flying, like very flying.
Yeah. Well, you look purified.
I feel exhausted. Exhausted. I feel like a hard party, you know, with all possible drugs on the planet, and now it's
Yeah.
over. I will stay 10 more minutes here, and then I go to work, and I will head on headphones. You.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Anything else
Thank
you
you.
want to share? Anything else or?
I'm in
No?
love with you, and with your words, and with your vibration, and I'm grateful.
Okay, Tom, go ahead. Let's hear some more.
Well, yeah, I was looking at the comments.
Go ahead, tell us one comment.
Yeah, it's about the Leroy is let me see. The heart is not yet understood. Even the best minds cannot reveal the heart. Should you study the heart? No more hanky panky. I have heard.
Yeah, you know, read. Thanks, Leroy. Go ahead, read on.
Okay. Verse 6. O my Lord, the people of the world are embarrassed by all my material anxieties. They are always afraid. They always try to protect wealth, body, and friends. They are
Yeah, you
filled
know
with
what fear
lamentation.
is? Fear is lack of truth. That's the problem. We're if we're not in truth, then their fear is what happens. And Lord Chaitanya taught this. He said, if you're disconnected from Krishna, then fear automatically arises. And Krishna is actually truth about a lot of things. Truth about devotion, truth about Guru Tattva. Can you imagine when you know the essence of these truths? That's all we're preaching here. Essence of all these truths, essence of devotion, how to get devotion. What is a devotee? You know, all these truths give you strength, man. You become solid. You become like a tree. The people other come that are in anxiety. That's why the people that come here, they have to kind of lose a little faith in their path. Is, you know, they got to be at that point. Otherwise, too much faith in your path that doesn't really do anything for you, but you still have faith. It's like, you know, you have faith in a bad relationship. You ever see people like that? You tell them you're in a bad relationship, man. You know, look at your life. It's not working. That's all right, mate. The person will change. I'm going to change. You know, that's what I see with people on other paths. They go, no, it's going to work now. You know. See, but when people like almost at the point realize, you know, I'm looking now. I'm open. I'm ready to hear. You know, and then things can then stuff can go in. You know, this is, and then when you get the truth and you, oh wow, look how I feel more solid, feel more centered. You know, you live in truth. Truth lives in you. You become better than an honest person, because an honest person is usually only in the mode of goodness, and they still lying to you. Even as the most honest person still is a liar, you know, because they don't know what is eternal. They can't help lying. Everything is lying to you until you become self-realized. Then you tell people the truth. See, I can't lie to you when I just keep telling you the truth, right? The truth is, what is the eternal truth? There's no lie in that. See, there's a lie in, like, say, I'm like Jarasandha. He never told a lie, but he was still considered a demon and a liar. Can you imagine? The guy was honest, at least materially and everything, but he still was considered a liar. You know why? He lied to people. Don't go to Krishna. Boy, that is a lie. Don't go to the supreme absolute truth. Krishna is not a good person. Well, you're right, he's not a good person, but why are you misleading people? Krishna is the best person to go towards. See, that's your gurus out there. They could be so good. Oh, they can be a goody two-shoes and austere and honest and all that, but don't go to Gauri Das. See, there's the lie right there. See, misleading. See, it's misleading. But he's so honest. He must be telling me, okay, well, as long as you have faith in those who are not transcendentally situated, you're always going to be more or less lied to. And therefore, you're going to be weakened and weak because of that. Do you want the strength here? You see some strength here? This is very easy to be strong. You just stay in the truth. Be in the truth. Be in the eternal truth. Distinguish it from the illusion. That's the training here. This is the yoga class. Did you know Gohari is a yoga teacher? Another hat. I'm like Shama Sundari. She teaches yoga. I teach yoga also. That's why she's here. She's here to learn yoga. See, I teach people how to twist their spiritual body into a pretzel. Or untwist it. Unwind. Untwist the spiritual body. Unwind it, get it out, man. Exactly. Material truth versus so everything is lying to you all the way up, even in the mode of goodness. Even the liberated soul is lying to you. I've seen them, man. I've been with plenty of, well, they so-called liberated. They're still usually trying, but they say they are. Oh, yes, this is it. I'm enlightened. This is the ultimate truth. Say you're with the Osho, right? Oh, yeah, this is the way it is, Oh, yeah, Krishna, Krishna's name, that's like Coca-Cola. You can chant Coca-Cola, Krishna's name. Hey, it's all about oneness with God. Say, everybody, even in liberated souls, are lying to you. Hey, it's very rare. What? Go ahead. Do you want to say something? Oh, you said bye. Okay. Yeah, even liberated souls. Yeah, if that's all they have, they only have partial realization. See, full realization is the personality of Godhead. Well, isn't that a great? You find this path, but still you have people lying to you about what it is. They don't know personally. You think how many of these gurus do you think know the supreme personality of Godhead on a first name basis? I mean, really know. See, without devotion, you can't really know. And most Vaishnavas are not even awakened yet. Yeah, very rare to find one. Yeah. Go ahead, Tom.
Okay. They always try to protect wealth, body, and friends. They are filled with lamentation and unlawful desires and paraphernalia. They are viciously base. They are vicious. I don't know that word.
Are vicious. Yeah.
Are
Yeah.
viciously.
This is, you see, filled with unlawful desires, especially now. People are being programmed with these things. This Kali Yuga is really it's in one way, it's a terrible situation when you haven't found the truth. It's terrible. It's horrible. From childhood, we're injected with all kinds of stuff with poisons in them from childhood. I've been, luckily I survived. I was sick as a kid because of those things. You shouldn't be sick as a child, but many people are. I had tuberculosis, man. Luckily I survived. I had so many things, all because of this crapola, And not only that, you're programmed in children, especially now, they program you in weird ways. And people have all these crazy desires because of how we're instructed by the Maya in the world. And because this is Kali Yuga. Okay? The good news of this Kali Yuga is this path, man, is to find true knowledge and true knowledge and knowledge of devotion too, especially. You get a re-education from this, a education of the soul, of who you really are. I mean, it's amazing. Otherwise, people are filled with these unlawful desires that are programmed into us. Look at the people there. Look at all the stuff they put on the internet. Look at all these, like TikTok. If you looked over TikTok and they talk about these Chinese people, the communist China that runs TikTok, they give people here in America and Mexico and every other country is they put on the algorithm pornographies, women and men, get everybody lusty and degraded. All these kinds of weird things going on. So, but they don't do that for their country. They see for their country, they see, this is how the way the world is. They have good educational programs and everything, but in the algorithms, only in our countries, they're degrading it because they want to conquer it. This is the world of Kali Yuga. People divide and conquer, divide and conquer. It's so bestial. And this is what Christ was born in a barn amongst a bunch of beasts. And that's why we're doing too. We have been given the power to awaken the Krishna in people. The same thing as Christ. And in a sense, even stronger because we've got more knowledge and more information now because of the latest incarnation, Lord Caitanya. See, to awaken the Christ or the Krishna amongst the beasts in us. All people have to do is, you want to be delivered. You want to be delivered from this crazy Kali Yuga of miseries. Look at your masters as far as religious leaders. Look at the popes, pedophiles. You look at it in Christian movement, so many pedophiles. Look at these guys, they're dishonest, overcome by the world, and they think they can save you, and they can't. And you think they can save you, which is your illusion. But amongst all these craziness, we're here in this Sangha. And you can get safety here. This is a life raft in the other. I've been around. I've seen what's going on. I've seen these gurus. I hear from them. I've observed them. I observe their disciples. I look at the world. I look at Christians, Christianity. I look all over the internet. I see politicians. And my God, this is one fantastic oasis in the midst of all of this. If there was a better place, I would say, and I would go myself. But where do you see such truth that Lord Brahma is praising? What's he praising? Satchidananda. Truth. And attachment to the transcendental Lord. That's all we need, and we're protected. This is what Jesus said. Hey man, we know who we worship. The only way you can know who you're worshiping is if you're worshiping in spirit, the devotional spirit, and in truth, the conclusive truth, not the speculations that all these teachers and gurus are teaching you. You got to be an experienced devotee with real pure prema. Who's willing to stand up and show that? You don't have to say. Just stand up your bead bag and let's see that you got real prema bhakti. Otherwise, sit down and let the real devotees stand up to help people in this world. I mean, really help them. Not with material motivations, not with speculations. It's not strong enough in Kali Yuga. You need an associate of Lord Caitanya, empowered to deliver people in the world. That's what we got here. So when you're ready, stop playing games, or you want to be degraded in this age, you want to be misled by so many places and so many people, so many teachers. That's Kali Yuga. But amongst all of that is is the right path, the real path, the one that gets you there quickly. You want to be delivered from all of this stuff forever? No more. People here, you're not have to come back to this cesspool anymore, or be born in an age like this. But many people, if they don't find the path, man, what can be done? What can God do? All he can do is offer. All I can do is preach. I'm just telling you frankly now. This is apocalypse time, man. These are the last days. See? Wars and rumors of wars. What, you don't see that? You don't hear that? You hear any rumors of wars going on and wars? Do you see the love of God is growing cold in many people except here? Here, the love of God gets hotter and hotter and hotter. It's on fire. So much fire, people get really purified. Did you hear the testimony of Shama Sundari? It's a fire, man. Purification. Burn up all these things. Yeah. Go ahead, Tom. Read on.
As long as they do not care, as long as they do not take shelter of your safe lotus feet, they are full of such anxieties.
Yeah, and people still, they taking shelter of the Lord's feet, usually from inexperienced devotees who don't have the shelter of the Lord. Having the shelter of the Lord's lotus feet is you love those feet, man. You love his word, you love his qualities. Just natural love is born in your heart for those qualities, which is God. There's nothing different. That's our anchor in this world. That's our life raft, the qualities of the Lord. And if you love them, if you're attached to them, you're one fortunate person. If that's you, perfect, wonderful. Just go on like that. But I don't think that's a lot of devotees even. They're trying to be devotees. Because if you have that, you're a real devotee. See? Then real truth will be in you. When the love of God is in you, the real truth is in you. When the love of God is not in you, still the real truth isn't in you yet. If you still got speculations. Even the early Christians spoke like that. St. John said, the love of God is not in you. The truth is not in you. Those who acknowledged Jesus Christ back then, when he was close at that time, those who wouldn't acknowledge, they thought the love of God is in them. The truth is in them. Okay? You do the same thing here, man. If you acknowledge a real devotee, there has to be some attachment and love in you. If you don't acknowledge a real guru, a real devotee, then there's something wrong. There's something not right inside you. I'm talking about living devotees, not saying, oh yeah, we acknowledge Prabhupada, but then another living devotee comes and you don't acknowledge him. You still don't know Prabhupada. You're just a bunch of talk. Even his God brother. That's how the Lord Prabhupada nailed his God brothers, man. He nailed them by their deed and by what they said. They acknowledged, oh, Bhakti-siddhanta, wonderful. They became acharyas and everything. And at first, they couldn't acknowledge Prabhupada. And many even afterwards didn't do it. See? So in other words, they don't know Bhakti-siddhanta. They don't know what is a real devotee. Because if you do, then you will see them other places. You'll see the devotional potency. You'll see the kind of revelations and realizations they get because of their closeness with the true Lord. They could be Christians, they could be Muslims, they could be Vaishnavas. Yeah. But in Vaishnavism, very few have seen. That's why I left Vaishnavism. I was unimpressed. Here I had all this knowledge, but nobody knew practically what is devotion. All rituals and ceremonies, like going to a Catholic church to me. Candles being lit and all this external worship. Hey, what is this? Maybe this isn't right. I had to realize, okay, yeah, this is forthcoming. See, we got all, how a Christmas tree has all these ornaments, But until you turn on the electricity, they're not really alive. Well, that's Vaishnavism. That's what I say. They have all these ornaments of all this knowledge on the tree, but it needs to be lit up with the electricity of real bhakti devotion. Yeah. Be careful as you leave the stadium mall. It is heard that spirit hides near out the door. Yeah. Okay, Tom, go ahead.
They always try to protect wealth, body, and friends. They are filled with lamentation and unlawful desires and paraphernalia. They are avariciously base they avariciously base their undertakings on the perishable conceptions of mine and mine.
What is Arvas? What does that mean? Does anybody
Um,
know?
I,
Can
I
you look
looked
it
it
up?
up in Dutch. It means in Dutch is gierig.
What?
Yeah, that is the Dutch word, gierig.
Well, yeah.
But
What's the
in
English?
English, and they want to grasp, they want to catch, they want to take.
Yeah, they want to grasp the parachute. See, the thing is, that's why you need association with real devotees, because you'll want to, here you'll see the importance and the value of grasping for the spirit. See, to grasp, that's when you start to want that. That's advancement, actually, because the spirit you can't really see with your eyes, but presence can be perceived in association with those who are perceiving spirit. It's really the vibration the frequency you start tuning into, and then you begin to want to grasp at that, and that's the beginning of your relationship. You're now, instead of grasping for all your whole life only material stuff, you're grasping for what is eternal, the spirit. It is graspable. You have to come amongst those who grasp it, grasp at it. That's what causes God to come, is you're eager to attain the Lord. See, and then the Lord comes. See that eagerness. Otherwise, you don't get this. You don't know what it is. Everybody is grasping for material things and material aspirations and goals and all of that. This Maya is full of people like that. But a rare soul is grasping for the spirit because they have a relationship with the spirit, and that's how things work. See, people are grasping in the world for material. They want these things, right? So the Lord reciprocates on the material level and gives you, and then you get attached and corrupted and bonded and polluted in consciousness because of these material opulences, which are like poison for people. See? Yeah, go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, so where you are greedy at, or this word, vicious really, where you're greedy at, that determines where you are going. There you are attracted in that quality. And here in this sentence, their undertakings are focused on mine and my, then it brings you in that consciousness. You're attracted to that consciousness.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's why you see they use and on the spiritual path, this spiritual path, they use the word greed, because when your greed is turned towards what is eternal, see, then you get that fruit ultimately, the fruit of what is eternal. You get the Lord who's eternal, that relationship with the Lord who's eternal. And then you're mainly be grasping more at that and less at the material things. Those come more automatically, just naturally. You don't have to put a lot of, just because of just destiny. You'll be grasping at this, and then the Lord takes care, because you're grasping for the thing. You see, when you start to be able to, when you're grasping at spirit, at the Spirit of God, okay, and His qualities, His name, and you're getting it, see, you're connecting. Then you get the results that people are striving for independently in the world. Economic development is one of the four goals of life. Economic development, religiosity, to be a religious person, sense gratification, and the to them ultimately is liberation. When you're burned out on all those other things and their motivations, then you go want to be liberated. See? But if you become a devotee by association, whatever position you're in, sense enjoyer, or everybody's a bit of a combination. See? Whatever you are, but you connect with a devotee, you find the essence of all paths, the higher path. The fifth goal of life that's highly unknown by most of the world is devotional service to the Lord. Pure devotional service to the Lord is the fifth goal of life. That you get to know, but you can only know that in disciplic line of somebody who knows that. Otherwise, you go for these other paths independently, and very hard to make money so you can build something. You know, a lot of austerity, lots of disciplines, and you can't enjoy to your fullest unless you work your ass off and make money, right? So you can enjoy the world. And you can't become you get to become religious. You got to go to school, and you got to go to theology schools and go to school to become a minister and all that, or you got to do fastings to be a religious follower, right? Fasting, all very hard, all that discipline hard, and that's okay. If that's all you got, fine. But we're here to give you the easy peasy way. Just come here into this association and take the gift of attachment to the transcendental Lord. That's the fifth goal of life, is attachment to Krishna, attachment to Chaitanya, attachment to Christ. See? And all you do is water that, and it's just joyfully water. This path is joyfully performed like Bhagavad Gita. This is Bhagavad Gita in action. See? This is a joyful path, man. Just keep, of course you got to get the garbage out a little bit, but it becomes more joyful, joyfully performed. And then automatically things come easier. You don't even care that much for them. They just come, You get the result of economic development, sense gratification, religiosity. See, your guru must be an example of that. If you don't have a guru that's an example of getting those four goals of life more or less automatically, then how can they be really guru or really connected with the Lord? You think these gurus got that automatically? No, they got it by hook and crook to become gurus. They did it from the very beginning. They did it by disciplines or by hook or crook or by lying and cheatings. Or by fasting, maybe, well, he's a big faster and he's a big renunciate. Oh, let's make him guru. And they got to follow that path to become something of importance in this world, but they're not really that important. They can't help you that very well, but a devotee can. Look at this. Gauri Das has all these titles, doesn't even wear a proper dress. Where did I get this religion? Why do people look at me like a Maharaj? Isn't that kind of proof? You guys call me, not everybody does, but people who come here long enough, they say, this guy's a Maharaj, he's a Bhaktivedanta, right? This is blowing these Vaishnavas' mind. How can they say he's a Bhaktivedanta? What kind of discipline did he do? All I do is just study the name of God in ecstasy for years, and they call me Bhaktivedanta now, people who know me. They call, this is a religious person. I never tried to be a religious person. The religious titles come. He's known as a religious person. The people who know it. That's the way you get it. That's the kind of guru you should have. Things have come automatically because of real spiritual advancement and attachment to Krishna. I just got that from chanting the pastimes of the Lord, for years. Just like you're getting it, right? Everything becomes easier, more natural, more free, more sovereign. You're not going around just like weak and weakness of heart. You feel stronger there, Tom? You feel more centered? You feel more clear? Yeah. That's this path, man. You're getting what I have. I'm here to give what I got, man. I like that. I pay it forward. That's the way Lord Caitanya was. He got this great treasure and he paid it forward. I got this great treasure, I paid it forward, man. It's all icing for me. I think it's fantastic. I love this. I love talking about the absolute truth. We need more workers to do that, right? What did Jesus say? The harvest is plentiful, but the workers are few. We're like that too, Hey, man, the harvest is plentiful, but the workers are few. But we're getting more all the time. Look at the more people coming one by one. A lot of new people coming. It's amazing. Come on, where are you going to find a path like this? Where are you going to find strength like this? This is not just, oh, go hard. You're going to sit on the throne and you're all going to be peons. You're going to be like this, man. Bold, clear, logical, and very ecstatic, man. Who the heck is offering that in ISKCON or Gaudiya Math? You got to work your little butt off, kissing a lot of buttocks to get to a position like that. Here, all you have to do is kiss Krishna. I'll just teach you how to kiss Krishna day in and day out, and then you get the position. It's one of a love affair with Krishna. Now, you can't ask for any better path than that. You tell me there's a better path where you just learn how to kiss God every day. Just smooch the Lord, and you become stronger and stronger. And you please God perfectly, because all he wants to be is smooched. Right, River? Isn't the Lord looking to be smooched? Aren't you looking to smooch the Lord? It's mutual. Go ahead, Tom. Read on.
Yes, I looked up the word avariciously, and it comes from lobha in Sanskrit. It means greed, hankering, stinginess. And that's the direction they are pulling us. They are pulling us in that direction, and it's inconclusive.
Well, Maya's pulling that direction because that's what she does, a tug of war. So we pull you in the other direction. You have lobha for Krishna. See, lobha means greed. See, you want hankering. Yes, I want more of Krishna. See, hankering is very good. See, and it pulls the Lord to you. You're pulling the Lord with your greed, pulls him to you. But you can only get that around greedy devotees who actually have devotional greed. See? And then, but the thing is, it's not stingy. See, that stinginess is when you're after Maya, because you got to be stingy in the world. You get greedy for wealth and everything, people always want to take it away. It's always a fight to keep it. You become stingy. Most people, unless you got, I even see, I may see these Bitcoin billionaires, they you know what they did in 2011, and they bought this Bitcoin. It was less than like not even a cent. It was so much less than a cent. They bought a million shares of that, million coins. And now they're rich, and they're still pretty stingy. That goes for all these billionaires. They're stingy. They get more and more. They're afraid they're going to lose it, all that stuff. I can't say everybody's like that, but a lot of people. This is what opulence is. You get too many opulence, you get corrupted by it because you don't know who you are. If you know you're a spirit soul, then it's a whole different ball game. Now you know who you are. You're not that. The greed, you're not greedy like that. It cools it down. You get cooled down. See, you get hot in greed for the Lord, and that's wonderful. That's the glories of the gopis. They have this intense greed to be with Krishna. That's their glory. That's what you need to find, is that kind of a devotee here is very greedy to be with the Lord. See, that's why you got to see Sadhu Sangha is just that you just with greedy people that want to connect with God deeply, intimately, ecstatically. That's why people who don't come here, your greed is low. Why are you hanging out with even leaders or gurus who are not spiritually greedy? If you were spiritually greedy and you heard this message here, man, you found the path, man. God, I guarantee you, there's so few people with greed. That's why so few people come. Because if you were greedy and we're all over Facebook and you watch a video like this, you say, oh boy, this is what I was looking for. Krishna will inform you. That's where you're going to get your greed satisfied. Yeah, otherwise, you think you get, if you had spiritual greed, you want to connect intimately with Krishna, you can go to leaders and gurus and sannyasis who don't have that greed, who not even care. They think, well, I like my position. It's like a job. You know how many people like that? Professional Bhagavatam reciters. Well, let's see, I'll memorize these things and I'll give a good class, but do you have spiritual greed? See? Spiritual greed is amazing, man. Spiritual greed gives you everything, even the ability to give a fantastic class, 100 times better than Acharya Dev, who doesn't ever speak about spiritual greed, doesn't ever speak about the essence of devotion. Or anybody. Only the greedy devotees know the value of spiritual greed, really, really know. And they show you the value of spiritual greed. They show you how it is to worship the Lord with lobha. Do you see that, anybody, every day? You see devotees, like with lobha, worshiping the Lord and the Lord reciprocating in their ecstatic worship? That's Guru in the Gaudiya Vaishnava line. Where do you find such a devotee like that? A real teacher, real teacher, real guru, real preceptor, a real deliverer of that lobha. This is the greatest gift. That's Vrindavan, man. They're all filled with lobha. Greed to be with Krishna every day. That's why Krishna appears every day. Krishna doesn't appear with people here in Vaishnavism now, because it's like a level of religion. He only appears as rules, regulations, and ceremonies. Maybe some people get something a little deeper. It's only because greedy devotees. You need a real living Vrindavan here, which is a living devotee with living greed, real lobha, and you see them chant the holy name with greed and ecstasy and reciprocation with Krishna. You see them kissing the Lord very deeply, very Frenchy, very French, kissing the Lord deeply. See? Now you found Vrindavan. You found the gate to Vrindavan, the path, the door, whatever you want to call it. They're the way into the kingdom. See? It's through the devotees who chant the holy names with great ecstatic greed, devotion, synonymous. I know you want to read my mind, Gudrun, but what I believe is there is no doubt Krishna can give some relief, but there is more things in this universe than Krishna. I am after that. So many bewildered people. Even that's a bewildered thing. Let me break it down for you there, Pundra. There's so many things in this universe than Krishna. I'm after that. No, there's only Krishna in this universe. You're bewildered. Sorry. That's the truth. See, that's how people in illusion speak. There's so many things in this universe behind Krishna, but a devotee doesn't say that. The devotee says conclusively, because that's what they see. Oh, no, there's only Krishna in the universe. Krishna in the form is an insect. Krishna's form is a snake. Krishna's form is a wall. Krishna is this. Krishna is that. They see Krishna everywhere. But if you're looking, see, that's the illusion, the appearance that there's something other than Krishna in this universe. See? So therefore, you'll always be wavering around. I'm looking for something other than Krishna. See? So you're looking wrongly, man. You're looking in illusion. You're looking with the eyes of illusion. See? This is your chance to hear the truth. Then you say, oh, really? Yeah. Well, you could say that. But you might think, no, he's not right. I'm going to continue looking for so many other things than Krishna. Well, that's why that's the illusion. And to go look, where is something else other than Krishna? There is nothing else other than Krishna in this universe. It's all Krishna, his forms, material, spiritual, celestial. It's all his forms. So many people bewildered by this. Even this Christian preacher was bewildered. You know, he was an Indian. He's very proud of being a Christian now, born again. You know, and he said, "Oh, you see, in Hinduism, they worship 33 million gods. See, they're always seeing something other than Christ somewhere." I'm sorry, man. You're still an illusion yourself. And then he was preaching the path of works to be saved, and you're judged by your works, and all this stuff. So many bewildered people in this world. When you get sick of listening to people like that, come here. We'll straighten everything out very easily and quickly. You want to be solid, or you want to be wavering over, let me go look for something other than Krishna in this universe. See how that's an illusion. That's an illusionist. Yeah, so thanks for sharing your idea and all that, because this is how people learn. We have to discuss. Bountiful Harvest, who's that? Bountiful Harvest Outreach Center. Oh, that's interesting. Replying to knowing a little of all matters. Yeah, all these people have different ideas. Bountiful Harvest, yeah. To me, this is the bountiful harvest, man. Look what we got here. See, people looking for this. There got to be some sincere people out here that are a little bit, have you lost faith in Maya misdirecting you? This message is for you. If you kind of lost faith in that, here, what are you going to get? Real deep knowledge of the absolute truth, where everything is going. You're going to get redirected, not misdirected, redirected to the real path. You're going to find people who have attachment to the Supreme Lord. See? And that's where all knowledge is revealed. You're going to find real support here with people who know the truth and have been set free from the truth. Where are you going to get some support and encouragement? You're going to feel the highest feelings of happiness beyond even liberation. You're going to be in ecstatic states of happiness that are very rarely seen or known in this world. Where are you going to get such an opportunity? That's why some people will hear, and that's why they are hearing and coming. Okay, Tom, go ahead, read on.
Text 7. O my Lord, persons who are bereft of the all-auspicious performance of chanting and hearing about your transcendental activities are certainly unfortunate and are also bereft of good sense. They engage in inauspicious activities, enjoying sense gratification for a little while. Yes.
Did you finish the verse?
Sorry?
Did you finish the verse?
Yes, little while is, yeah. For a little
Okay.
while is temporary.
Yeah. So read the verse again.
O my Lord, persons who are bereft of the all-auspicious performance of chanting and hearing about your transcendental activities are certainly unfortunate.
Okay,
And
so, okay. See, see, if you listen to the advice of Brahma and try this, if you come into a Sadhu Sangha association and you hear about the glories of the Lord, you get purified, you become attracted. Now you start to see what Lord Brahma is saying. That's the whole purpose of being. You need a guru who is attracted to that, to hearing, chanting, remembering about the Lord. in the getting the result of this love of God and this ecstasy and this bliss. Because that's when you see that, now you're thinking, okay, well, there looks like there's something there. And then you continue on until you start to feel like that. You start to feel the shelter in that. You feel the happiness of that. You feel the strength of that, the protection of that. You realize, wow, Brahma was right. See, now you're becoming related. You can relate to Lord Brahma's teaching. But how does that start? With a bona fide spiritual master who has the qualities of attachment to hearing, chanting, and remembering. Well, how do you know they're attached? A lot of these gurus are saying, or teachers are saying, well, they have the symptoms of that attachment. Transformations in the body. See? They have ecstatic love, tears, laughter, choking. In signs of intimacy, intimate relation with that Supreme Lord via his quality, his characteristics, his name. Okay? And otherwise, read the rest of the sentence.
About your transcendental activities are certainly unfortunate and are also bereft of good sense.
See, good sense. Good sense means, can you sense the proper direction? Most people can't. They have to hear, they have to associate with devotees who know how valuable this verse is, how true this verse is, how this is the perfect direction for all mankind to very quickly end the cycle of birth and death. You got to meet somebody like that. Otherwise, you're not meeting this path. You read this verse, you hear these gurus speak this verse to you, and what do you follow? Varnashram Dharma still. Well, Prabhupada taught that. Therefore, that's what we do. Ceremonies and everything. But you don't know that the whole point is this hearing, chanting, and remembering about the Lord. And you may say, well, I know that, and I do that. I do that with my brothers and sisters. Okay, but do you know this? How much faster you can progress when you find devotees who are so deeply attached to the name and the fame and the pastimes of the Lord. They're perfectly conclusive and very ecstatic because of it, very blissful, very truly knowledgeable because of that. Can you imagine hearing, chanting, and remembering in Sadhu Sangha like that with devotees of that caliber? How fast you're going to go back to Godhead? You know, isn't that what Maharaj Parikshit did? He heard from Shukadev Goswami. That was called Sadhu Sangha. And he went back to Godhead, and whoever else listened to that conversation did too. They weren't just listening to a Brahmin or a sannyasi or a wannabe guru who by hook or crook became spiritual master. He heard from Shukadev Goswami, an empowered servant of Krishna. That's who you should be looking for in this life. Is this person empowered for me to hit here? Then I'm going to really get these truths. I'm really going to get it. I'm really going to understand it. I'm going to experience that truth myself. Because that's how you do it in disciplic line. See? Simply by hearing. Chapter 1, Adi Leela, the last verses on the Chapter 1 on the spiritual master. Simply by hearing about the transcendental qualities of the Lord, Lord Caitanya, Krishna, Radha, simply by hearing these from devotees, patiently, about the relations, about prema, about Guru Tattva, about Maya Tattva, Krishna Tattva, Rasa Tattva, these kinds of truths. One can develop deep love for the personality of Godhead. That's the path people are following here. That's why you got love quicker than anybody else in Vaishnavism. Many of you were Vaishnavas on the path for 25, 40 years even. And now real love has begun to awaken in your hearts. That's how powerful it is to be in this kind of association of hearing, chanting, and remembering. It's not like all devotees are the same. There are less advanced and more advanced. The ones who are more advanced in their transcendental attachment to Krishna, right? Simple. What's so hard to understand? Those who are less advanced are less attached to the transcendental form of Krishna and his pastimes and all that. And how do you know who's more or less? Well, the more attached ones have the bodily transformations because of tasting ras, transcendental ras. The others don't have so many or none at all. So, what is more logical if you want to be saved and saved quickly and to know God, to know Him deeply? What kind of association should you choose? You intelligent persons, Acharya Dev, what kind of association should you choose? You've studied things, you went to school, you've got a PhD. What do you say would be the best place for you, even? And Radhana, and their their followers, and or people need the truth simply stated, clearly stated, so they can find it in all these so much bewilderment, like the devotee here. Thank you for your comment, but everybody is more or less like that. It's about Krishna, something other than Krishna. They're doing that in so many ways and bewildering everybody with speculations, lies. They can't help it. Poor fools. Here, be with the other, we call fortunate fools. See, there's poor fools who don't understand this knowledge. You can be with us fortunate fools who do understand. All you have to do is admit you're a fool. Charya Dev, come the first to admit that you don't really know unless you have this. If you have this bhakti, which I don't think you do, haven't seen symptoms of it. Come over here, get this bhakti, and then deliver your disciples with it. Like I do, isn't Gohar? Look at me. Because I have this genuine connection with the Lord, look how many disciples are being delivered here. Come on, don't you want to be a guru? Why wouldn't anybody like to be a guru like that actually delivers their disciples in truth? Wouldn't that be wonderful? All you have to do is come here, swallow your pride a little bit. Admit you're just a poor fool still. Come here, be a fortunate fool like us. Go ahead, Tom.
Wow, this is so great. Everything's become so clear now. My God.
Sadhu Sangha. That's
Wow,
why I come here every day.
I'm writing a lot of things. Okay. Wow. Oh, great actor.
Oh, by the way, Fernando, I think what you need to do is restart your cell phone or computer because maybe it's just weak, or restart your router or something. Restart something, or both, or all of it, and it'll probably come back. Because I have strong internet here. I mean, really strong, like 5G, man. It's cooking me every day. I could feel it. I feel like I have it on my back, so it's better in the front, in the back than the front, I think. So it's back. I feel it like a pressure even, But what are you gonna do? I turn it off at night. I don't let anybody sleep with the 5G, man. It's not. Yeah. Go ahead.
I use cable.
Cable, yeah.
Not the Wi-Fi, but the cable.
Yeah, well, I see. You use a cable. Well, it's probably
From the
same.
modem to the computer with a cable, not with Wi-Fi.
Slightly. How is my picture? Is it blurred there?
A little bit.
Tom?
A little bit, but it can be with it has to do with the background.
Oh, the background. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I see the background there. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. You are pixelated. Oh, really? Maybe it's the background. Let me take the background off. That's too bad. You got to see my bland house. So well.
You can't get over it. Yeah, you cannot hide your mess.
My mess. Ah, there it is. Boring,
Oh,
bland
that's
wall.
that's not the real mess.
Yeah, actually, you know what I can. You know what I should have did. I'll get next week. They have these balls, that put like a disco thing. So that I can do externally, so it doesn't pixelate.
Yeah.
Okay, how is it pixelated now, everybody, or is it good?
We have to give it some time to adjust to it has to calibrate.
Oh yeah. Okay, go ahead then. Read on. Okay,
Oh,
well,
great
it's
actor.
still not, okay. You know what? Okay, you guys just hold on. Let me just refresh this and see if that helps.
Yeah, it's improving now. Yeah, already. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Oh. A lot of clarification. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Okay, go ahead.
That's
How is it? Oh, how is it now? Is it any
yeah,
better?
it's much better.
Much
Now
better?
it's really improvement. Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, great actor. I said it now 4 times. Oh, great actor.
Oh,
My
I like
Lord.
that. Wait. Oh, great actor. Yeah. Isn't that's one of the qualities of Krishna? Everybody likes to be an actor. The only, like here, I'm telling a lot of do it. I don't want to go on stage. Basically, they don't want to go come live. I don't want to go. I don't know. My hair is not right, and I don't know. I don't want to be. But once you get on, you can ask River. Once you start acting, the Lord starts acting through you. You start to feel real good because the Lord likes to act, and He wants to act through you. Amy, take a hint. Fanny's and everybody else's. The Lord wants to act through you, and you're going to feel really good about it because that pleases the Lord. Right, Tom? You notice that, right? You feel better. You feel good. Yeah, because the Lord wants to act through you. Don't you want to up your pleasure even more? Come on stage, man. Come on stage and let the Lord. So don't think, yeah, you can think I can't do it. Yeah, you can't. I can't do it either. Let the Lord act through you. Then learn how
We
to.
are
You got to practice being a channel for the Lord.
we are a movement. A
Yeah, get some
movement.
movement. Come on, man. Don't you want to? But why waste your time, man? It's the last days, man. You don't know how long. We might only have 7 days left. Who knows? He's butt naked. I already did, just with a blanket. Yeah. Why don't you put some clothes on? What is it so hard to put clothes on? Put a pair of boxer shorts on or something. Go ahead, Tom. Oh, River, your turn. You read a little bit.
Okay, Marge, I don't actually know what's been read. Is it the Srimad Bhagavatam?
Yeah,
Yes.
Which
398.
Okay.
Canto 3, chapter 9, verse 8.
398. 3. Sorry, Canto 8.
No.
Canto 3?
Canto 3, chapter 9, verse 8.
Right.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
O great actor, my lord, all these poor creatures are constantly perplexed by hunger, thirst, severe cold, secretion, and bile, attacked by coughing, winter, blasting summer, rains, and many other disturbing elements. and overwhelmed by strong sex urges and indefatigable, is that defeatable anger. I take pity on them. I am very much aggrieved for them. Oh my Lord.
Fatigable.
Yeah, so see, so this is the human condition. People are more or less like that and getting more, isn't it? Oh, look at all this stuff. Isn't it funny the demons are making it, they're like doubling the misery now. This is natural to be more or less like that. That's why we have shelters, because there's cold, there's heat, got air conditionings, everything, right? And now that's going by the wayside. And so there'll be more miseries and all of that stuff. That's why I say ultimately, see, the Lord wants to draw people back to him. This is why Lord Brahma and devotees feel pity on the Lord. Even, like even now in these situations, you get respite when you have this connection and this communion with God. This attachment to the Lord is everything. The threefold miseries of the body, the mind, and other living entities, and your emotions are diminished because of attachment to the Lord. The Maya lays off you, in other words. This is Maya does that. Illusory energy does that. Because when she misdirects the souls here, keeps them in this prison, well, you get a chance to come out of that prison. See, the Lord, when Maya, illusory potency in a form, is a person, it's a being. When Maya sees, she's conscious. He, she, it's actually like, Krishna, you got a consort. When he or she, sees that you're becoming a devotee and you're taking shelter of the narrow gate, the path out of this, she starts to help you even. Help you, give you realizations. Maybe you need a little spanking sometimes or whatever. She tries to help you as long as you're on the real path. This is all authorized. This is authorized by the parampara, what we're doing here. This is authorized by Lord Caitanya and Krishna and Radha, what's going on here. So people coming here, long enough, you will experience the shelter it's giving. It's different. It's more powerful. There's nothing beyond this kind of shelter. This is it. All we do is go deeper. You notice all we're doing is going deeper into this shelter, feeling more and more of the presence of God, becoming more and more lobha, greed for spirit, greed for the supreme spirit, which is beautiful. It's perfect. Not like overwhelmed with lust of the world. Gotta have lots of money. Gotta have lots of girls. Gotta have lots of people. They're not balanced. You can have natural desires. Like the residents of Vrindavan. They have their families. They have husbands and wives and children and cows and dogs, cats. You have all of that, but they have Krishna. They have attachment to the transcendental Lord. And that Lord wants to do this again now in our heart Sangha. Lord Caitanya is working here to give people attachment very easily to God, to the transcendental Lord. They'll make everything, smooth everything over, smooth out all the rough edges in your life. Come on, man. You want to be happy here while in the midst of this miserable condition in this world? You can rebel about the miserable conditions, right? Or you can comply with them. But this is the other path. Here, you can transcend them. How are you going to feel when they do the climate lockdowns? That's coming, it sounds like. Climate lockdowns. You can only go on your street. You can't go past your block. They're actually in there. I see they're making a law like that for you guys in England there now. You got everything planned out, climate lockdowns, They're very big on control the cattle. We're just cattle like this. And basically we're all like cattle, but even the cattle herders, They're also cattle. You're all expendable to Maya. She gets rid of everybody, gets rid of the controllers and everything. She's a mean bitch, man. That's all she does. She just likes to murder, kill, destroy. Everybody is a useful idiot to her. I'm telling you, man, that's the way it is. But the good news is, hey, my Lord, he treasures everything. He wants to make you his treasure. And you will just naturally make him your treasure too. There's nothing like a relationship with Krishna, with God, with Krishna, with Lord Caitanya. Ooh. See, now you found treasure, and the Lord considers you're his treasure. Look what Prahlad, he was a devotee. You guys are having the emotions that Prahlad Maharaj had as a gift through our parampara. Can you imagine he would laugh and cry in ecstasy thinking about chanting the Lord's name. And look, many of you are doing that too. And look what the Lord did. He saved a whole universe because of one laughing and crying devotee. And you're becoming like that. If people knew the power and the majesty and the glory going on in this Sangha and the gift that God wants to give, you would pee your pants. Urinate. People don't know. We don't know the importance of this, right? But the Lord starts to inform us more and more about these things. This is how he looks. Didn't he? Am I saying an untruth? Is that a lie that he saved the whole universe because of Prahlad? You can check it. He came for Prahlad. And he had the qualities of being a real devotee. That's what people in the world, you should be looking for real devotees with real devotion. And that is the most valuable association and treasure you can find in this world, is a devotee with real attachment to the transcendental Lord. There's nothing more valuable than that. When Haridas, who chanted the Lord's holy name in ecstasy, which many of you are starting to do, the Lord said when he disappeared, the world has lost its most valuable jewel. Dare anybody to defy these conclusions? These are ironclad. I'm amazed how the Lord makes me remember it. You know, my memory is not that good. But with Krishna, boy, it makes you like a Shrutidar. The great verses just come right up, man, on the teleprompter. You know, this is the best teleprompter, man, is Krishna. Otherwise, you got to be like these politicians. Their eyes are going, looking at the teleprompter, telling these are all canned statements, that were previously written. These are all composed by Krishna's flutes. See, Krishna and Krishna's flute. You ever see a person play a flute spontaneously without the notebook? Forget the notebook. Just to get the flute out and play all these melodies. That's Krishna. That's Krishna's devotee, man. They're like that, man. Krishna's playing all these melodies as in the form of conclusive understanding, in a way that people can relate and make spiritual progress, and go deeper in a relationship with him. There's this flute. Did you know this is just flute playing, man? That's all that's going on here. The river's becoming like a nice flute. You notice he gives a class, it goes on, and where's all that stuff come from, man? It's on and on and on and on. An hour later, she says, okay, now it's time to talk, to read a little bit. Replying to Fanny, what does Fanny say? Let's see here. Fanny, my mama asked, what do you want for Krishna's? I don't need anything. I have the greatest gift in my life, Krishna. I desire nothing else. Isn't that amazing? Huh? Yeah. Look at that. Fanny just came, out of nowhere, out of the blue. The Lord, you'll say, this kind of preaching, it just attracts, people that, beautiful people in beautiful hearts. You could be really ugly, physical, or fat or skinny. It doesn't matter. It's your heart. It's a condition of your heart. Yeah. This one Christian I really like. Her name is what's her name? Rainey. Does anybody remember Rainey? Rainey. Yeah, she's on my Facebook page. I'll give you some of her songs. She sings like an angel. Plays instruments. She's blind. Kind of really heavy set. Really heavy and blind. But my God, does she love God and she dear to the Lord. So ecstatic, she falls down in ecstasy, literally, and sits there in ecstasy for sometimes an hour or two. Very, very deep relate, and composes her own songs. Very beautiful, very simple. The Lord likes devotees like that. Yeah? See, beautiful soul. Actually, I did some videos with her singing, and these orbs of light were just going all over the place. I'll find the video. It's in there somewhere. It's still on YouTube, man. I get an occasional comment on it still. So what does Lalita say? Absolutely, we can even live in jail, but give us a phone and Guru's voice. That's enough. Daphne replying to Daphne, I don't know, Janaki. Can I get a bookstore? Get at a bookstore? Oh, what book is that? I wonder.
Janaki.
Yeah, some book. Replying to Daphne, like the most.
She wanted to know what we are reading, and
Srimad Bhagavatam.
yeah, she wanted to buy a hard copy.
Oh, hard copy. Yeah. You can view the database too if you need in the meantime. Yeah, Janaki can just give her an order and she'll have them sent to you.
She doesn't know Janaki yet.
Yeah.
She doesn't know Janaki yet.
Oh, yeah, they will. They'll connect. Okay, read on a little bit more.
Okay. My Lord, the material miseries are without factual existence for the soul. Yet as long as the conditioned souls see the body as meant for sense enjoyment, we cannot get out of the entanglement of material miseries, being influenced by your external energy.
Yeah, read that again.
My Lord, the material miseries are without factual existence for the soul.
So, okay, and this is what people need to know. The more you have your soul awaken in connection with the soul, then you start identifying that, and then you get some respite from the miseries of bodily existence, emotionally, mentally, physically. Maybe not totally, because we're living in this body, but definitely a large amount of respite. And you start to identify with the spiritual body, which doesn't have such miseries. See? And so ultimately we identify with that more and more fully. See, and otherwise, can you imagine you live your whole life identifying as the body, and then you got so many miseries. That's all your life is some happiness and a lot of distress. A lot of always anxieties, because of things, you believe you're your body, you're responsible, you believe you're responsible. See, the Lord is responsible for his devotees, so devotees are more free like that. But in the world, the Maya makes you think like you're like gods. You're like gods here. That means you're responsible. You're responsible for so many things. Look at even track fit. You get in your life. How much you are responsible for every bill and everything. You make one mistake, Your reputation is down. Look what they're doing with the credit score. I mean, it is getting so exaggerated. Now people have this credit score. They got to live for having perfect credit, because then if they don't please the government, oh, it's horrible. And you get demoted and all that stuff. This is the world, man. It's getting really crazy, exaggerated. You know, everything is, you got to start, you're going to be forced to live for the pleasure of the government, for the whims of the government. You notice that? Isn't that what's happening? Huh? The whims, you got to please Biden, man. When that means you got to comply. Doesn't matter you don't want to, or no, you got to. Otherwise, we're going to give you a bad credit rating, bad credit score. Can you imagine? Live your whole existence like that with no respite? What's the alternative? Well, come to God. Learn to, get your spiritual body awakened. Identify more like that. That's the purpose of material existence. You see, this book is so valuable. Just that one verse, it points out what life is about, is to awaken your relationship with your soul, and your soul's relationship with the Supreme Soul, called God or Krishna, whatever you want to call Christ. That's the real essential purpose of life. If you go without hearing what I just said and taking it to heart, you've lived in vain. You live for the temporary body, which is going to die, and you're all attached to it because that's all you knew and that's all you had, and you're coming back, my friend. Well, I don't believe I'm coming back. Too bad. You'll be back, and you'll get a new brain and a new body and a new family and new friends, and you do it all over again till you meet a bona fide spiritual master in a lineage that knows who they really are and who you really are more than you know at that time, and they get you to know who you are. So you can become like them, a free person, a free bird, man. Go ahead, Reverend. The rest of this is.
Yet as long as the conditioned soul sees the body as meant for sense enjoyment, he cannot get out of the entanglement of material miseries.
See, if that's all you know, again, if that's all you know, the body is only for sense enjoyment. How many people think, hey man, my body is just to enjoy, to go out and let's see if we're having dinner now, we're gonna have lunch after that. We plan nice plan, all that. Basically the body is for that. And then when I've had, okay, what else is there? Power. Let me be an important person. Let me, spend time in cultivating that. So you cultivate the false ego and you cultivate the bodily pleasures. And that's all you do is you live for that. You collect lots of money, you work really hard, or you cheat people, or you lie to them, or you maybe even murder them. Oh, that's a big thing now. So many things, endeavors in that way. And you don't know, the idea is to enjoy the body. You thought it was enjoying the body, you went to a kind of crazy, hellish mentality, and then you didn't find out that it was all about enjoyment of the body. What's the meaning, Tom? Didn't it sound like a paradox there? Did I bewilder you a little bit?
The paradox is also in Freddy's comment.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, anyway, see, it's in one conception of the body takes you into the cycle of rebirth more and more. In one conception of the body, the real body is the spiritual body, takes you into deeper levels of understanding of the absolute truth. See? So people don't know. We have two bodies. We have the material, subtle, and gross bodies, and we have the spirit body. The spirit body is dormant in most people. See? It takes a real devotee who has realized the spirit body, they call them the spiritual master, to be able to teach you about a subject that is so subtle, it's beyond the material bodies, material gross and material bodies, gross and subtle bodies. It's beyond even the false ID, the false ego. Yeah, go ahead. Did Tom, what's his name, say something about that? Freddie?
Yes, he was talking about this, exactly like you said, this identification. He says, we always feel emotions somehow. If we feel material emotions, does that mean we are still identifying with the body and the mind?
Well, that actually, what happens, what I've noticed in my journey is spiritual emotions begin to manifest in your spiritual body, and you identify more with that. And the material emotions, they're transformed into the spirit, because now you're not identifying that. I mean, like myself, the romantic love, love for other people's bodies, and their material personalities is like not attractive. Not maybe it's could be a little attractive, maybe, but not much. See, less and less, and that's how you make this transition. And then after a while, it becomes more and more about the real love, true love, love of God, love of Krishna. Even in this body, you start to feel less attracted to the material forms of love, because you can see, all that leads to being manipulated by love, by the material love of others. It's what Maya does. She manipulates you because of your attachment to her. Her love is you love her, and she manipulates you and doesn't really work for your benefit in that way. She works to control you and manipulate you. And that's what the world is doing now. You want to be more or less free of this world, the things happening. They're manipulating people. They're putting them, there's no way you can really love these politicians, but you could fear them. See? So they put you in an emotional aversion to fear. They put you in fear, and that's how you bond with their words and with their mandates and stuff like that, is by fear. You're afraid of them. See? So if you want to be free of fear and anxieties and all that stuff because of being manipulated, your emotions manipulated by your faith in Maya and those who are serving Maya, you come and serve the devotees. Come and serve those who have spiritual emotions. That you can see there's spiritual emotions, and many devotees here developing. See? They're the most clear. They're going to be the most magnanimous. You're going to find more freedom through them, more knowledge and truth. See? So this is an opportunity. I mean, you think this is always available? You think this is available amongst Christians or Vaishnavas? Well, you come here for a while and you'll see it's not. Oh yeah, trauma bonding, like a dramatist says. See, you ever hear the Stockholm Syndrome? You begin to love those who are torturing you and traumatizing you. Okay? Because it's a bond, and we're meant to be bonded. That's our nature. So, hey man, why not take the opportunity to be bonded with the absolute eternal truth? Be bonded with Krishna's name. How would you like to open your mouth and your bond for the Lord manifests? See? Now you start to fly in this world. Like that. Remember the person they were in the Avatar. They were trying to get the dragons to get control of the dragons so they could fly. See? But they had to make the bond first. You want to fly in this life, you got to make the bond, man. Guy had to learn how to do that from an instructor. Well, you got to do that here. You want to make the bond with God, you better come here, man. We make it pretty quick. And you'll get on that dragon, man, and you'll fly all over the place. The Lord will drag you around. You'll drag him. You'll drag each other and have a great time and liberate a lot of people. Yeah. Okay, I think I'm going to end it here for a while. Otherwise, I'll be tempted to talk. Okay, Hare Krishna, everybody. Thank you for coming. Oh, River, you didn't do your class today, did you?
I've not been well since after dialysis yesterday.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah, so
Well, maybe you're feeling better now, huh?
later, yeah, maybe later. I need to do some other things, Maharaj.
Okay. Okay, we'll see you in a little bit. Thank you for coming, everybody.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.